when we talk about legit contenders for the national title, and you have your contenders that everyone talks about, the Texas, the Alabama, the Georgia, like those are the big dogs. We get that. That's cool. But I think in this new era of the college football playoff, we would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge some other teams that I think have a real deal shot to win this thing. Now, right now, are they the favorite to win it? No. Tennessee and Miami, I think, though, deserve to be talked about. Tennessee has the 6th best odds as of right now to win the national title. Miami right behind them with the 7th best odds. Tennessee fans, Miami fans, whoever you're a fan of, college football sickos, this is your place for college football content every single day of the year. We appreciate you in advance for being subscribed. Also follow me on the socials at JD Pickell on Twitter and Instagram. Want to hear from you on those platforms. Now, I can already hear the comment section. In the comment section, I love you, man. I do love you, but I will say, here's what you're going to say. Did you see the Virginia Tech game? There's no way they're a contender. Cam Ward giving away like Halloween candy. He had 3 turnovers. That's not winning football. They haven't played anybody. Get out of my face. I'm just saying, go check the comment section. People are going to say something like that. Now, Tennessee, they'll say, well, the Oklahoma game, I don't know, man. Like, Oklahoma, are they really that good? They almost got beat by Auburn, and Tennessee only scored 25 points, and Nico turned it over twice. I'm telling you, comment section, it's toxic, but I hear you. I will acknowledge that. Here's what I think we need to acknowledge. Neither of these teams, Tennessee and Miami, are finished products. And that's not just something that's fun to say because it's October and it's a long season. Like, I genuinely believe when you look at these pieces, there's some things that are still calibrating. And we've seen that across the board here from both in Ole Miss, from Oregon. I think it's fair to say for Miami. When you go to the portal, it takes a second to get everything properly situated. Like, I don't think that everyone that transferred in to Miami, Cam Ward included, even though he's balling out of his mind right now, I don't think they are totally all the way comfortable and going to play as well as they will play later on this season. Same thing for Tennessee. They went to the portal pretty heavily and got some pieces in the secondary. All right, so there's some acclimation period for those players that I think is ultimately going to serve them really well when we get into November. Also worth noting, both these teams breaking in new quarterbacks. Nico Iamaleava got the red shirt last year. I think that was the best thing for him. Cam Ward transferred in, so kind of goes back to my first piece I was speaking to, but I think both of these guys are finding their sea legs and have their best football in front of them. Now, if you got a quarterback, you got a chance. And make no mistake about it, man, both these squads have got quarterbacks. And while I think they have tremendous quarterback play and that's going to serve them well, like, it's not just having a good quarterback anymore. It never really was that in college football. But it's not just having a good quarterback as to why I believe in Miami and Tennessee for being real deal contenders. Like, there's actually real substance to both these teams defensively. Not something you could always say if you're Tennessee. If you're Miami, this whole having substance is something you're used to from like the early 2000s and the 80s. But like right now, this is a different outfit than what you've been used to. And the comp I made for Tennessee early in the week, and what I think you could say as well for Miami, these are Tennessee and Miami teams that you feel good about taking home to your parents. Like, when you're dating someone and you see potential and they're enjoyable, you like going out to the movies, you like having a dinner date, whatever. They're fun to be around during the week. But, like, do you really think you're taking them back to your family and saying, hey, this could be someone that I could see putting a ring on it? This is someone that I could see going on and winning a national championship? If you don't have a defense, you don't have a chance. All right? Having a defense to me is the equivalent in this metaphor of having, like, strong values, level-headed, good person that makes you better, like all those things, all right? I think that's Tennessee and Miami right now. Like, having the quarterback is the equivalent of having a good personality. It's great. It's fun. You need it. But is it really something that's going to be something that you build a life with, build a national championship with? I don't know. But again, I think Miami and Tennessee both have that, especially up front. Miami, Simeon Barrow Jr., transfer. Tyler Barron, formerly of Tennessee, transfer. Ruben Bain, young buck getting after it. When he's all the way back healthy too, look out for Miami. Right now, Miami's allowing 4.4 yards a play. It's one of the best in the country. Same deal for Tennessee now. They got James Pierce. You can make a case for him being one of the top edge defenders in the country, if not the top edge defender in the country. He'll be an extremely high NFL draft pick. Tennessee allowing 2.8 yards a play. Now, again, neither of these teams have played creme de la creme competition just yet, but I think we would be a little bit irresponsible to overlook those numbers right now. All right? So, you got the defense. You got the good shared value system. Why this year, though, do you talk about them being national title contenders? Well, the new playoff, I think, caters to this. The best ball being played at the right time is how you will win a national title. Now, that's not me saying that the Alabamas and the Georgias, the Ohio States, the Texas won't still be there at the end. But even in a 4-team playoff, by how these teams are built, I think you have a good chance to still make it if that were the model. In the 12-team playoff, we got to, again, reassess how we view the new era of college football. It is no longer, okay, get to the 4-team playoff, win a game, get to the national title, let's roll. It is like, okay, get into the 12-team playoff, season resets. Think of it like a professional model in some ways, which I feel even gross just saying that. But I mean, it's really, quite frankly, I think the truth right now. It's no longer can you win 2 games. It's can you win 3 to 4 games. And in that situation, that's why I really like the quarterback. That's why this becomes more of a conversation. Because what I said about Miami is also true about Tennessee. You have a roster that at least gets you in range to take the shot. Like, what do they say in all those sniper movies? Hey, just get me in range, get me into a spot, and let me take the shot. That's who they have in these quarterbacks, in Cam Ward and Nico Iamaleava, by the way that they're trending. You talk about the Texas and the Bama, and like all the teams I've talked about here that we, talk about right now as being those tier 1, put your money down for them to win the national championship. Absolutely true. Georgia and Bama, both I think you could say right now are the 2 best teams in college football and feel pretty confident in saying that. Texas right there with them. But I think with Miami and Tennessee, the way they match up with teams like that is very unique because the game plans that a Tennessee and a Miami have is they want to throw the football against you. Now, don't get it twisted. They want to run the ball as well, especially Tennessee. They're actually a run-first outfit. But they could really, I think, test a Georgia and a Bama when they get them on the same field, if they have their best day. You don't believe me? You're saying, well, hey, come on now. Like, you see Alabama making that play to win the football game with Xavier Brown. You see them pick off Carson Beck twice. I mean, I guess it was 3 times, actually. You see what Georgia can be on the back end. Like, yes, I hear you. But speaking to these unique game plans, if we're talking about who can win a 4-quarter football game, I have a difficult time believing that Cam Ward and Nico Iamaleava wouldn't be able to throw the football against them. Because I just watched a football game now where Carson Beck went for over 4 bills, and Jalen Milroe went for almost 4 bills as well, right around the 370s. Point being, these secondaries are gettable. Okay, so if that's going to be your strong suit as an offense with Nico Iamaleava and the weapons they have at Tennessee and what Cam Ward is, which again is a psychopath quarterback, okay, you're going to have a chance. You're going to have a chance. Now, Tennessee, actually, the luxury for them is they're going to get to play both these teams. Luxury is a funny way to put it, but they're going to get a chance to play both Bama and Georgia in the regular season. So if those are the 2 best teams in college football, and I think there's a game plan to hang with them if you're Miami and Tennessee, well, then what does it come down to? Your quarterback. I think your defense will keep you in position. It's a tall task to stop an Alabama or stop a Texas. I understand that. Or an Ohio State. I understand that. But if you have a quarterback now who can take over the football game, that's where all bets are off. And again, Nico Iamaleava and Cam Ward have not played their best football just yet. I don't believe they have. So if they play their best game against a Texas or against a Georgia or wherever, that would be, I think, enough to allow them to beat that team. Now, what's the spot? That's another massive part of this. Like, honestly, we're going to get done with this season, and we'll look at that 12-team playoff bracket, and we'll say, man, that team as the 5 seed or that team as the, whatever seed you want to plug in there, they had a much easier path than the 8 seed or than I'm telling you right now, the path to the playoff. Now, we think it's going to create more parity. It's going to make it all more even. It's not. It's not. The seed that you get will be absolutely massive. We've talked about this before, but I'll say this again. The 5 seed in the college football playoff may be a better spot than a 4 seed. You say, well, hey, the 4 seed, you get a bye and you get a chance to, rest up. I hear that. That's valuable. But if you're the 5 seed, you're more than likely opening with the 12 seed, which is probably the G5 conference champ, or the best G5 team, rather, which will be their conference champ. And then you play what would probably be the Big 12 champ. So what I'm trying to say here is that's much better than if I'm like the 3 seed and I get a bye, but then I'm playing the runner-up from the Big Ten or runner-up from the SEC. I would much, much rather be that 5 seed with that path. So that's a bit of a rabbit hole that we got down there. But the point being, the defense and the roster will get these teams in range. There is a game plan, I believe, for both Tennessee and Miami to be able to score on the best in college football. And you got a quarterback now. If they have their best day, the takeover factor is 1,000% there for Cam Ward and Nico Iamaleava, Tennessee and Miami. 6th and 7th best odds, respectively, to win the national title. I'd think about sprinkling something on that. I would think about that. I think they're both legit contenders as we sit here right now, heading into the second half of the college football season.